Okay, now we're going to insert two columns on two sketch segments, and we're going to modify those columns and then duplicate them. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go up into TSD members and select columns. Select the column in the window, leave the filters as they are, and leave the sketch segment as it is, and select the driving sketch segment. Hit your tick, and then that will put a column in the model on the sketch and mate it in place automatically for you. The next thing we need to do is add another column. So if we select the next sketch segment and the model and hit the tick, that will also place another column on the driving sketch. Now we close the property manager page. Zoom down in on the left hand side column. You'll notice that there are a couple of cleats that are already there for us to use, but we're not going to use them. In our terms in TSD, it's best for us just to suppress them so that they're not being used. There's also some driving sketches. You'll notice those in here as I select them. We want to hide those so they're not being used. Also, if you select the cleat plate, and if you have a look up here, now I've got two driving sketch lines that are going to be used for this process. We've got to snap them onto the bracing lines. So if we edit the first one and select that line and make them so that they are parallel, that will create a relationship. And with member sketch 3 we have the same process where we select the line and then the driving sketch line and make those parallel. Exit out of the sketch and save it. Now what that does is it will drive the two cleats based on our bracing sketch in our driving sketch. We also have to do the same on the right column. We have this plate and this plate not being used, so we'll suppress those. And if you just rotate around just ever so slightly, you can select the sketches in a group and hide those sketches that aren't being used either. What you will also see is you have a member sketch line in both that will need updating. Make that parallel, and we just repeat the steps that we did before, and you'll see that these two here are already in play. You select that one, you can see that now it'll take you straight there, and edit that sketch as well and place it parallel there with that one, and then just do a rebuild, and then that updates everything. Control Q is a rebuild and then a save. So now we've put two columns in. What we need to do now is to duplicate those two columns so that they will fill the other corners. So I'm just going to save that. So to duplicate the two columns so that they are in opposite corners, we will zoom in and we'll select the main section of the columns to do the duplicating. So if we go to TSD members and click on the menu, select duplicate member, select the main section of the column, and in here you have a choice which object to select. We're actually going to select the sketch segment at the opposite diagonal corner and then hit your tick, and that will place the exact same column in a second instance on that sketch segment. But what you'll notice is that it's actually still facing the same way as the other one. What we need to do is flip it. There are two mates. We will remove one mate for the parallel alignment to fix it, and we're going to edit that mate, which is the front plane mates, and we're going to flip them, which will turn the column around. Okay, we will also do the same for the other column. If you go to TSD members, duplicate member, select the column, select the sketch we're going to put it on, and hit your tick. Zoom in on that column as well. We've got to do the same thing with it, with the mates. Take the mate and delete the bottom one. Select right mouse, select the parallel mate and flip it, and that turns it around. So now we have two columns that have a pair.